Demolition is part of the life cycle of towns and cities, but it comes at an environmental cost. In any building, the CO2 generated by extracting, transporting and manufacturing construction materials is embodied in the building itself. As the concrete and steel crumbles, that value is lost.
By demolishing buildings now and building new, we're actually introducing more embodied carbon. And we're introducing embodied carbon now. Not in the future, not over the next 60 years, we're introducing it now.
For a long time, demolition was seen as the route to progress. Here in Glasgow, thousands of tenements were torn down and replaced by the M8 motorway, completely changing the face of communities like Kinning Park.
Important history for those renovating the old school. A community hub for decades, it was once saved from closure by a 55-day community sit-in. Preserving that spirit is just part of the motivation.
That's definitely been one of the big factors for us, is that, yeah, it's more environmentally friendly to keep this building standing and put a bit more time and energy and effort into keeping it open rather than just knocking it down and building something new.
Fitting precise detail onto an imprecise template is a challenge for the architect, but one slowly she thinks the industry is embracing.
I think as architects we love to build and we love to make things, and that can sometimes lead us to create buildings where the answer isn't necessarily that.
What's needed now, says this expert, is a change in approach.
We procure all of our buildings on cost, so the cheapest bid from a construction company will win the build. And that doesn't allow for innovation, and it doesn't allow for new lower carbon approaches and new low carbon materials.
With concrete alone accounting for 8% of global carbon emissions, less of this and more of this is part of the long climate journey ahead. Stephen Godden reporting, Scotland.